Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 8. So last episode we saw Gojo have that amazing fight and we learned a bit more about the power system and how there's this technique called domains. We saw a bit of a domain before with Sukuna's domain, but now we learn domains are kind of like the ultimate top tier form of Jujutsu, where all of your hits, all of your attacks are guaranteed to hit. They're not guaranteed to do damage and they can be deflected, but they're guaranteed to hit. You know, there's a lot of rules here. If someone else creates a more powerful domain, your domain gets destroyed. You know, so there's a few rules to get used to with how domains work. We also saw a bit more of Gojo's powers, how he has his infinite barrier kind of thing, and he has his infinite domain. And we saw a bit of a tease for a few more villains. There seems to be this guy who's like the big bad, who has all scars over him. And we also saw one of them had like this flower-based powers. So yeah, really excited to get into this one and see where we go next. Before we get into it, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find full-length timer-based reactions, 1 week early access, and polls for upcoming movies and shows. Gojo's late for his meeting. I don't know what to expect for this episode really, so let's just jump into it. So this is the school, yeah? I wonder when they'll find out Itadori's still alive. Yeah, they're lucky to even have vending machines. It's today. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a bit of conflict here. Yeah, that's true. But that still doesn't mean Gojo doesn't hold resentment against him. Definitely been some conflict. Mai. She like the top student from the other school. Todo and Mai. Twins. Okay. Maki and Mai are twins. And I've seen him before. He's the one who goes best friend, right? Oh. Already coming in here trying to get into their heads. Okay, good choice. I wonder how he'd feel about Itadori liking Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, well, what's Nobara's typing girls then? Oh, there's 4th years as well. Cop out answer. Okay. Oh, she's the one with the gun powers. Or is it just a regular gun? So he's got a reputation. Okay, he beat a special grade. So he just beats them up regularly? It's kind of like how Itadori was doing in the first episode. Okay. It's flying frogs. Yeah. You might be too fast for that. Yeah. Is he gonna take down this building? Ooh. Oh, he sent something there. Panda's coming in to save the day. So he has mind. He's kind of like what's his face from My Hero? Shinzo. I can't believe I forgot Shinzo's name.
落ちこぼれはお互い様だろ。重力がないよりマシよ。上ばかり見てると首が痛くなるから、たまにはこうして下を見ないとね。しばらく起きないわ。それなりに痛めつけたもん。やる気？
She got straight back up, yeah.
だの穴増やしてやるわよ。あとその足の長さじゃこれは切れないんじゃない。
I like how the girls are like going for each other's appearance as well, going for paws and how long their legs are, hitting where it hurts, attacking their insecurities.
お前と違って俺にはまだ東京に大事な用があるんだよ。高田ちゃんの怖くがな。
He said he was into tall girls. So are they off and we're only going to see them again once the exchange event happened? Once that happens?
さっきの本当なの？重力がないって。本当だよ。だから。
Oh, but she uses... So she has special glasses and she uses her weapons. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's competition with her sister. This is the principal from the other school then. Hmm.
敬語もろくに使えんのか。
花から敬う気がねえんだよ。
しかるべきところに報告させてもらいますからね。やっべえ！生五条悟れ！
Freaking out in the inside. I've heard that he's a ladies' man, so you know.
そっちの東堂。生徒のレベルも近年急激に上がっている。
Just the level of cursed energies. Oh, Getaro, he was the one who's been working with these other curses, so he's an ex-student.
しょうもない地位や伝統のためにせき止めていた力の波がもうどうしようもなく大きくなって押し寄せてんだよ。
Yeah, so the power was slowly growing.
特急なんて物差しじゃ測れない。
There's like an impending doom coming along.
高タンビームお願いします。
はーい、行きますよ。タンポコパン。
お時間です。
Oh, time skip. Okay. In a cinema? What are they watching? So there's a curse in the cinema. Oh, it was him. Is he the one who did it? Oh. He's a student, isn't he? And they showed him a bit earlier when they talked about special grade. They showed Itadori, him, and then guy at the scar. I haven't got his name yet. Oh, she got a photo. Oh, back at the handshake event.
美人がゴミを見るような目で俺たちを。興奮するな。次の握手会だ。お前も高田ちゃんの素晴らしさを。
えてるよ。
戻ったか。はい。
She's into my.
別に。
確かに高田ちゃんはそう簡単に言語化できる女ではない。
Okay, so that was episode 8. Kind of a in between episodes that bring in, you know, from last episode we had that really high point, kind of bring it down and then transitioning into the next big moment, I think. But we were introduced to Todo and Mai, who seem like really fun characters. Todo's hilarious, obsessed with women. And then we had Mai, who is Maki's twin sister. And it's really cool. There seems to be like a lot of competition there. Maki doesn't actually have jujutsu powers. She just uses cursed weapons, which is a really cool twist. I really like that. And then Mai, you know, she kind of looks down on Maki or thinks that Maki's looking down on her. You know, there's a lot of rivalry there, which is always great. You have to love a good sibling rivalry in something like this. And then Todo is supposed to be super powerful. He took down a special grade. And they said he doesn't even use his jujutsu powers normally when it's against, you know, anything other than a special grade. And it kind of reminds me of Itadori when he fought in the first episode. He was just going hand to hand with some of these curses. I feel like, I know there's the bit where Todo goes like best or friend, and I'm wondering if that's with Itadori because they both have the same type or something like that. You know, he asks Itadori what his type is and he says Jennifer Lawrence and he's like, yes. A man of taste. So he says he hates boring people. I just think that's really funny. Megumi's answer was a cop-out saying personality. Like, come on. That was great. I love that little fight they had. And we saw a new Shikigami from him, these frogs. We didn't get to see them do much. Didn't see what they could do. They were like, he mentioned they were used for range because of their tongues. And then he could also use them to restrain him back, but it wasn't very effective. And then there was May, who she was just using a gun. I imagine it's imbued with some sort of curse or something, or the bullets are like energy bullets, not real bullets, but who knows. And then I really like how Gojo is kind of going after the top ranked people. You know, there was this implication that the power has slowly been growing. You know, all of the students are getting more and more powerful, and all of the enemies are getting more and more powerful as well. And this is something that they've explored a bit in My Hero as well, the idea of the singularity. You know, at some point, everyone's going to become so powerful, and all it will do is just lead to ruin because the power will become uncontrollable. At some point, there'll be someone with a power that is too strong, and, you know, it could end up in catastrophe. And we finally saw Salmon Rose. Is that his name? Is just Salmon Rose. We saw his power, which I knew was something to do with his voice, you know, from the intro and things like that. And he has like brainwashing powers. That's when he's not saying a food. And it's really cool. It reminds me of Shinzo. I'm doing a lot of comparisons to My Hero here for some reason. Be interesting to see where that goes. And then we saw Panda come in and save the day, of course. And then at the end, you know, we saw this new villain, the guy with the scars. I still haven't got his name. It seemed like he had something to do with what happened in the cinema. And I don't know if we're going to see his powers in the next episode or not, because he was approached by a student, and before they mentioned special grade students, which was Todo, Itadori, and this guy who kind of has one eye covered, and we've seen him kind of at the end of the intro as well. So it seems like he might be super powerful. I don't know if he could take this guy on just by himself or not. And also Itadori is showing up at the scene with this guy with the glasses. I've seen him before. I know he's a fan favorite. Him and Gojo. So I wonder if we'll get a fight with all three of them, maybe? I don't know. I was trying to see what they were showing at the cinema as well, and it mentioned Martin, so maybe that's a reference to Martin Scorsese. I don't know. This was a really fun episode. I mean, it was just kind of a setup episode, you know. You have to bring it down a bit from how great the last episode was. You know, it just has to set up what's to come next. I really enjoyed it. So thank you for watching. If you like this, be sure to leave a like or a comment what you think, or even subscribe to the channel, and maybe even check out the Patreon for access to next week's episode in advance and for a full-length timer-based reaction. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.